Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome back to all the participants joining me on this session. So, participants, it's time for action. So, participants, what is that we're going to do today? Is that we will dedicate these sessions for tools that we need for our DevOps process to be installed. And I'm expecting that participants that you will also be getting those installations done at your end. So, participants will continue. I'm going to start taking a notepad and I'll start documenting as much as possible. Take Visual Studio Code. So personally, participants, I use a tool called Visual Studio for writing any documentation, anything. If you want, you can use it. It is available for free on the internet. So list of DevOps tools installation. I'm going to go ahead and start doing installation. Okay. So we'll start with source. For that, participants, you are required to have an account with github.com. So this the location is www.github.com. You guys can go ahead and register an account because we need to go ahead and have an account registered. If you have an account, that's fine. If you don't have an account, I would request you people to go ahead and register an account. How simple it is, just go ahead and click on sign up. It'll ask you to go ahead and enter your email ID. It should be very unique. After you enter your email ID, you will go ahead and enter a strong password. During this, it will ask you to go ahead and register an ID. An ID means something which should be unique so that you can access your GitHub from that unique ID. For example, I'll show you my ID. So it is like github.com/azonecloud. This is my ID. Azone Cloud is my ID, participants. And you can see there are certain repositories that I hold. There's a repository. It's me. There's some code that I kept there. It's me. After you get it, you will be required to go ahead and do a sign in. This is the email ID that you will be using during the registration. Password that you have entered. Keep in mind the username and password. Don't use them. Otherwise, once again, you have to go ahead and do a reset. So participants, the first thing that all we need is part of the source version control, which is account with github.com. So first thing what I would be needing under the source, I will need UROC source. For that, I need an account registered with github.com. Now, after you get an account registered with github.com, participants, the next thing is locally we should have the access to clone the account and play with that account. So for that, we need tool Git to be installed. So you can go ahead and download Git, which is the actual version control, which need to be installed on your local machine. So let me show you people how simple it is to install. So I'm on git.com. This is a URL you can find. and you will go and download for Windows. I'm on a Windows machine, and then it will ask you to click here, download. So just go ahead and download it. And let me attempt the installation quickly. And participants, if you are looking forward for Visual Studio installation, just type in Visual Studio Code. It's available for free of cost. You can use it. I personally use it, and I very much fond of it. I use it. So here for Visual Studio Code, go ahead and find it. Now Git installation is done. Just a or any kind of editor, it's up to you, participants. It's not compulsion, it's my editor choice. You can download it from here. Okay, Git installation is done. So what I normally do is, instead of using terminal, people have practiced using terminal command prompt. You go ahead and use git -- version. This will confirm whether the git got installed. Yes, git has been successfully installed on my machine. I prefer to use terminal from the uh, studio code itself, from the code itself. See, it is opening up my terminal, and you can use PowerShell. If you want, you can shift to command prompt. From here, you can even type in git -- version. It will confirm it is not installed. Close the shell one more time. The URL should be -- the term git has not been successfully installed. Give me a minute. Let me close this. Sometimes when the path is not properly put, so it will throw an error. Git. Yes, now it has accepted. Initially, it was not happening. Now it is happening. Terminal, new terminal, and just use command shell. Git -- version. Yeah, now it is successfully installed and it is running. So participants, source, you have to have an account registered with github.com. And you should have a GitHub ID, and you should have Git installed on your machine. And participants, this is an extra piece of installation that you can do. If you feel that if you don't want to use commands, then participants, you can happily use GitHub desktop. This is up to you. If you feel commands are not, you're not comfortable with commands, writing the commands, you can use GitHub desktop. And this works with major uh, version controls. Let me explain you what I mean. So here, this is a GitHub desktop. This is a collaboration tool which you can use for your commits, pulls, whatever that you want to do into your version control. Download the Windows 64-bit. You can even use for Mac OS also. This is a browser-based, or you can say this is a UI-based operation if you can perform relevant to cloning, cloning commits, pull, push. All the operations are UI-based. So it is something that you can attempt the installation. Only takes about a minute. So it's actually cloned already. So let me show you how you will get for the first time. First time, I'll do a sign out. Okay. Now this is the page. It will look like even if you want to perform anything, it'll ask you. So go and click something called an option, and you will integrate this account, which is a GitHub desktop, with your version control. You have to authorize it with a username and password. Okay. Fine, everyone. Are we clear on the source part? Everyone, are we clear? What you will get to do on the source part? Participants, are we good? Can you do the installation of Git, get an account registered and start using GitHub desktop? Are we good, participants? Hello?
Yes, Kumar. This has to be done by now or end of the session.
No problem. Even you can get it by next 1 or 2 days. You can extend it for, see, I'll plan it in this way. For the next 1-2 days, if you have time, make sure that you get these things done at the earliest in the next 2 days. Okay?
Okay.
Make sure you get it, participants. Welcome. So participants, after this, we will be using any of a language, the language that we will use. Source code, writing the source code, the language we will use is Java at this moment. If needed, I'll also give you option to work with other programming languages. But for now, let's keep it very simple. One single language that we will use for writing the application development involving Java. So you need to make sure Java is installed on your machine. So let's go and hit Java. Java for download. I need to go ahead and download the Java. If this is not the option that you can click, Java JDK, you can type in JDK download. So scroll down, you will find 19 and 70. If you're feeling like if you feel that you want to use the latest version, go on to your respective respective OS platform, Windows, and I would like to use MSI installer or exe MSI, anything will work for you. Just give me a minute, participants. Yeah. So now Java is downloaded on my machine. Let me hit the installation. Very simple. Okay, it says it's already installed on my machine. So give me 1 second. Let me uninstall it. Even there is nothing in terms of installation, just quickly I'll uninstall it and hardly takes about a second to complete the uninstallation. Done. Now I will install it for you, participants. Click next. Try memorizing. It's not that you have to remember this, but try memorizing which part of the your system Java got installed. In a drive C, program files, Java folder, JDK 19. This will become your path, which is, sorry, this will become your Java home. Java home will be a variable that we are required to create. After this, I'll show you how to create it, but remember that where did you install it. Click next. Done. Java installation is done. That's simple it is to install Java. Now, Java is installed, but your machine doesn't know where did you install Java. So you have to follow two variables. This is the location where you will find Java. And participants, you don't need to be a programmer. You don't need to know any Java language, programming language. All that we are trying to do is very simple. Take a Java code, run on a local machine. So for that, we need the Java running on our machine. And then Java underscore home environmental variables we have covered. Environmental variables are Java underscore home, where you have installed Java. Environmental variables, Java underscore home, where Java got installed. And next, path. There will be a variable called path. Path is something which is already existing. So add to existing path for existing path with Java compiler location. So wherever the Java compiler is, we need to go and add it. So Java underscore home, where Java got installed, and path where is. So let me show you how to write Java home. So Java underscore home is a variable where you have installed. So you've already learned it got installed in drive C, in your program files, in Java folder, JDK. This is a folder where Java got installed in my machine. More hopefully, participants, it will get installed on your machine as well in the same location, Java home. Path will be existing path. So whatever the existing path you have, I'll put as dollar symbol, that means existing path. Dollar symbol means existing path. To this, you will add the location for the Java compiler. Java compiler remains in bin folder. You'll get to see Java JAVC. This is the compiler. This is the location where Java is available. Okay, so participants, now I have got the both the variables. How to add these environmental variables? Type in env on your machine. You'll pull up the environmental variables, open it up, click on environmental variables, and you will find user variables, system variables. Use system variables. First, Java underscore home. Let me copy from here. This is how you will create the environmental variable, and this is the value for it. Every tool which is dependent on Java will look for this folder where Java is installed. Java got installed in this location. Done. Next, there is an existing path I already mentioned. Double click it up, double click, you'll get to see the location where path is associated with other softwares that you have already installed. Now, I said path is existing path. So it is the folder followed by bin. Inside your Java folder, there is a bin folder. You can write this way. If you are little aware, you can Java underscore home slash bin slash. Both means the same. Both are same. If you are, it means inside Java folder home Java underscore home variable, there's a bin folder inside that. We've already written this one as Java home, so the system can understand both the ways. So up to you participants, whichever the way you want to write. Keep one thing. Okay, click OK, click OK. Carefully make sure that you do write it. So participants, every time you cannot go ahead and do closure and opening up of your Visual Studio, try to check on your CMD itself. Later you can check on your Visual Studio Code. So here we have installed Java. So Java, please confirm the version that you got installed with. Java 19 is something we have installed, and we can also compare Java compilation. Can you confirm the version with which you are running? 19. Clear, everyone? Can I have a quick round of confirmation from all of you? Hello?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, participants. So Java installation is done. Path we have set, as well as home we have set. Java home is set. The Java home, and this is the existing. You're a little careful when you're entering the path. Don't go ahead and play with the path and replace everything. Maybe it will create problem for running other softwares. So just be a little careful involved with it. So after the source, we have the process of building. So the build tools that are required. So I'll continue with the build tools. Like Maven, 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 Maven. I'm on the Maven documentation. Click on this option called download. And here you go. I would like to use a zip file. It's downloaded. What do you do, participants, is extract this. So there are two files. One is zip file. I don't need zip file. I'll delete the zip file. I get to see Apache-Maven-3.8.6/bin. Open it up. You'll find another Maven folder. Open it up. You get to see. So what I do, participants, is that I go to this folder and copy all of this, or Command C, copy everything. Now I want to go ahead and keep all these files available in my Drive C, not on my downloads folder. So go to Drive C, keep it. I'm recommending you to use this method, participants. Create a folder called Maven and keep your files. Now, why I'm doing is this, people, because you will get to know in your machine that you have installed in Drive C folder called Maven. I've seen people, what they do is they just start using Maven from wherever they have downloaded. From download itself, they see there is no harm in doing that way. There's no harm at all. But what happens when you want to go ahead and use it, you have to remember the path. Every time you have to remember the lengthy path for the downloads part. So you can go ahead and use Maven from here also. Run Maven, it will start. But see the lengthy path location you have to remember. Here I know just in my Drive C, there is a folder called Maven, and inside that Maven, there is Maven compiler. Here, this is a compiler. So participants, same thing will apply here. Maven is available in this location. Maven for download. Maven download is available. Okay, it is available here. And after the download, you will go ahead and install it. So Maven home is a variable that you have to go ahead and create. The variable is m2 underscore home. It's not MAVN, it is m2 underscore. Where did you install participants Maven? In drive C / Maven. See, just a name is sufficient for me to. And path. The path is always existing path, which we will go ahead and add the location of the compiler. Drive C / Maven folder. Inside Maven, there is a bin folder that you have seen. Here it is. Inside bin folder, there is Maven sitting here. This is the path for the compiler. So let's go ahead and continue adding this as well. Environment variables, system variables we are using. So m2 underscore home drive C / MAVN. This is a location where Maven is been installed. In the path, existing path, drive C / Maven / bin. Hope you guys recognized. I have created a variable m2 underscore home in my drive C location. Path is existing path. I just created a new path where I gave the reference for the Maven compiler under the build process. So now, if these things are properly installed, let's double check MVN -- version. Not MAVEN, it's MVN version. So Maven has been installed successfully on my machine. It clearly says that Maven Apache version that you have installed, location where Maven is installed, the path where it is able to pull Java JDK. Clearly, Maven is running. Are we good, everyone? Hello, participants, are we good with regards to the Maven?
Yes.
Okay. During this process, you might go ahead and do a test for the packages that you have built using Tomcat. It's up to you, participants. If you want to install it, you can. I would recommend you to please install it. Tomcat is required. So you can download Tomcat from this location. Because artifacts you build, like jar or war packages, will be required to be running on your machine. I'll use Tomcat 10, latest one. And I'm using the installer, which can install me Tomcat. 1 minute installation. Now, a little change that I would ask you to do. The little changes, don't use port 8080, use the next port 8081, because we will use this port 8081 for Tomcat, and we will use port 8080 for Jenkins, which is our next installation. So 8081 is something I'm recommending. Continue, continue, continue. Done. So Tomcat will be started in your background. Confirmation is that you will get is go to local host port 8081. I ask you. It will tell you Tomcat is installed on your machine. See, Tomcat is successfully installed on your machine. Clear, participants? Very simple. Hello. Are we good?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, good.
Tomcat installation is done. Then for our continuous integration process, I'm going to be using Jenkins. Install Jenkins. And just before I go ahead and start doing the installation part, let me show you where Tomcat would be installed. Drive C, most of the time it will be in program files. There will be a folder called Apache Software Foundation, Tomcat 10.0. And you'll find bin folder where Tomcat is installed. If your Tomcat is not running in the background, double click this Tomcat 10, it will get started. And any application that you want to run, you have to bring them into web apps folder. The folder web apps will tell you where you need to go ahead and run this app. Applications need to be running inside this web apps folder. Then Tomcat will make it to run. Okay. Right. So next is Jenkins continuous integration installation. So let me take you into Jenkins participants. So Jenkins download. Jenkins.io download page. There are two options: long-term Jenkins, Jenkins with unstable versions. I would recommend you to please use WAR package. Don't use Windows option. If you do that, what will happen? It will ask you to go ahead and use domain credentials. I wouldn't recommend you to do that as of now. Go ahead and use generic WAR package on your machine as much as possible. If you're using Windows, it will work. If you're using Linux distributions like Ubuntu, Red Hat, anything also, this WAR package will run through. Yeah, it is downloading. Yes, it's downloaded, participants. Let me hit the installation of it. You don't need to install it. Apologize. You don't need to install it. All you need to do is cut this file, take that jenkins.war package, navigate to the same location where you have installed every software that is possible. And let me go ahead and drive C. In that, I'll create a folder called Jenkins. Inside this folder, I'll go ahead and paste. That means now I'm able to memorize that. In my drive C, I have created a folder called Jenkins in which my jenkins.war package is running. So participants, Jenkins download is available here. The Jenkins download is available on this location. After the Jenkins download, you will go ahead and install Jenkins. And I would recommend you people use .jar package for Jenkins download. And right after it, put it inside drive C / Jenkins folder. You should see something like jenkins.war package for your reference. And how to start Jenkins. Now the command is very simple. There's a command java-jar jenkins.war. This is a command that you should run. So it should have this file running. So where you will run this file? Wherever you are using Jenkins, you should run this file. Here, see, jenkins.war package. So java-jar jenkins.war, hit enter. Maybe it might come with an exception saying that your installed Java is not supported by Jenkins. So you can make the enable by running this flag support for future Java. So your command should be java-jar jenkins.var enable future Java. Hit enter. Because of this, it will get started. Your Jenkins will get started now. So participants, by default, Jenkins will utilize the port 8080, which you have left it during the installation for Tomcat. So Tomcat was also looking for port 80. We just made sure it is installed on 8081. Jenkins, we have installed on the default port, which is 8080. So wait for a minute. It is loading in the backend. Okay. Also try checking after your Jenkins installation is ongoing. So the way you have called Tomcat is the same procedure. Localhost at port 8080. Can you give me what is happening? Just go ahead and type in localhost port 8080. You should be able to see some kind of progress for Jenkins. It's taking time, participants. Okay, we'll do one thing, participants. Instead of hovering on this wait and resolution, let this happen in the backend. What we'll do is we will go ahead and install other tools that are required. So the other tools of installation that are required for me are as follows. One is Packer. I will need Packer. Click on download. The Windows package that I have. Package Packer will get installed. And the other side, I'll also need Terraform. The installation process. Download. Okay, I could see starting Jenkins is active. Okay, participants, we'll close this Packer and Terraform. We are yet to complete the installation. We will do that installation at the same time. Let's go ahead and check the installation for the Jenkins. I think there should have been a progress. Yes. Yeah, I can see the progress. And participants, there is an what is it? Jenkins initial setup is required and admin password has been created and an admin user has been created and the password is generated. So try copying this password and keep it ready, people, because when you go and ask it, it will go and ask you the password to enter. So let's go ahead and copy it. Wait for a minute. So it'll ask you to enter the password. Yeah, this is the password. If you forgot, if you have missed that password, you can go directly into this folder, drive C Jenkins initial admin password. So let me also show you the navigation. In my drive C, there is users folder, there's admin folder, there is Jenkins folder already created, and secrets in that initial admin password. Open with my notepad to get the password. Yeah, the same password. Click continue. It will ask you to install suggested plugins. Do go with the install suggested plugins. It will take another 2 to 3 minutes for this installation to complete. So participants, it is installing plugins. Basically, Jenkins is downloading plugins from the internet, and you can see the status on the right hand side, how it is installing all those plugins. This is a little time consuming. Sometimes it is faster and sometimes it is very lengthy. Okay, we'll do one thing then. Let this installation be happening on the other side. Let's go ahead and extract our tools that we have downloaded. Let me just go to my downloads because I've downloaded Packer and Terraform downloads. You can see Packer. Let's extract Packer. Done. Packer is extracted. And then I would like to go and do an extraction for Terraform as well. Extraction is done. So participants, I'm done with Packer and Terraform. So zip files are not required for me. So I'm dropping them. So Packer, lengthy name I can't remember. So I'll make it easier, simple, named as Packer. And the Terraform name also as Terraform. If you open up those folders, you will see Packer running there, Terraform running there. So what is our practice, participants? We will make sure every tool that we install is available inside Drive C. So cut over and paste it inside your Drive C. What would happen? Packer and Terraform would be created on your machine. We have Packer folder and Terraform folder. Terraform is also installed. So unless until you go and put a path, it doesn't mean it will not run. It will run, but you'll always have to go into Drive C Terraform file and install it. So let me go ahead and put the tools that we have installed. So Packer we have installed from the URL. Here. HashiCorp pipeline. This is a folder you'll find for the Packer installation. And make sure that you go ahead and install path is C:/Packer is the path. Same way, Terraform will install. Terraform. And the path that you'll also use for running them will be path C:/. Existing path plus Packer path equal to existing path plus C:/Terraform. So let's quickly contribute or add them into our environmental variables. Environmental variables. It's a path. So double click the path. So hacker path, hacker slash Terraform path, C:/Terraform slash. Done. Click OK. Click OK. Click OK. Open up another CMD. Every time, just keep your CMDs. This black screen should be running. Participants, don't close this. Now, what I should do, I should go ahead and say, hacker, I have installed on this machine. Would you please confirm? Yes, 1.8.3, Terraform, version 1.3.2 is the latest version that we have installed. So participants, are you now clear with what tools that we should be installed with? What are the tools that we should be getting installed with, everyone? And there are other tools, participants. Whenever it is required, I will let you do those installations. But for now, essential tools which are required at this moment, I have categorized them. Whenever any extra tool that comes into picture, we will also do that installation. It is not that these are the only tools that you have to install. There are a lot of other tools that we will install. But for now, let's keep our focus at the essential tools that are required. Okay, so I'm going to share this file with all of you. Please confirm. So participants, are you able to download this file? I've shared it on the chat window. Right click and download it, or click to open, it will download for you. Please give me a confirmation in the chat window, people. Are you able to download it? Only one confirmation. How about the rest of the people?
I didn't get that in the chart.
Pardon? Apologize.
I didn't get that in chart.
I'm sharing it one more time.
Same here, Kumar.
You can see now DevOps-tools-installation.md. It's available.
Download it.
Okay. Are we good, everyone?
I don't see
Yes.
it.
You can't see it in the chat, Kumar.
How about other people are able to download it? Other people are able to download and confirm it.
Don't know because didn't see anything in the meeting chat.
It's empty.
But I received,
Other people have received it.
and I also not received.
So even I also not received.
Give me a couple of seconds. Let me quickly upload it and give
Kumar,
it.
I downloaded it, but I couldn't see it actually.
Okay, guys, no worries. I'm going to share it to you the other methods. Give me a couple of seconds. What is the status of this? It is still ongoing. Okay.
And Kumar, do we get the recording of today class also?
I'll answer that question, please. Participants, now go ahead and do a check. Are you able to download it? I made it into another location. I uploaded it.
Yes, it's working.
Click that, you will be able to download it. Click that link which I shared in the chat.
Yeah, yes, I mean,
Okay. Almost it's there. So participants, what is something which is after this process? What is the next step after this process? The next step after the process is a page where it will ask you to enter your username, password with an admin user, whichever the admin user credentials will go ahead and create it. You get those installations. After this installation is done, create an admin. It's just we are away from one more screen, which is the what do you call it as a username and a password for an admin user that you create. Hardly if you are away from this process, it is installing.
Kumar, one quick question, right? Would it be the same set of tooling for Mac or like it would be different?
Good question. By the way, Git is very easy. It is just install and download. The other tools like build is something that you will download and extract it. Keep it on your desktop and refer Maven from your desktop. Rest of the tools almost the same. Tomcat you'll also install on your desktop and refer from your desktop. And what we have done is we have installed Jenkins with jar packages. So jar package, you can bring it on your desktop. So keep all those tools on your desktop and tell your system that I have used from my location, which is on your desktop. In that way, you will be able to go ahead and refer from your desktop.
Perfect. Thank you.
Welcome. But the tools will remain the same. All these tools are going to be the same tools that we'll be using. I think we are.
One quick question. I'm sorry.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it says this file does not have an app associated with it for performing this action.
Right. Open with a note.
yes.
Open with Notepad. It will work.
Notepad.
Take it out. Right. So participants, let me quickly create a user for myself. I'm creating a user for myself. That's the password. And done. Done. So now participants, even Jenkins is ready for use. Okay, now one more time, I'm sharing the link. Here it is. Right. So participants, I'm just assuming that you will be taking a day or two. It's not that immediately after this you are expected to have these installations. Participants, take your time. Within a day or two, if you can get these tools installed on your machine, that would be great. Thank you, participants.